Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cavanaugh's Corner. Today on the show I'm going to be reviewing a movie that was sent to me by Lionsgate. It's actually one of their newer releases from their Vestron Video Collector's Series, and this is Spine number 18, and the movie here is David Cronenberg's Shivers. It's David Cronenberg's first film, and first feature-length film, I should say, that was widely released. And this is a pretty wild horror movie. This is a great movie to review around the Halloween season. And again, this is actually a movie that I had never actually fully seen before. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. And again, never owned it on any kind of format. So it's nice to finally have this on Blu-ray. And thanks to Lionsgate for sending this to me as a free product. Very nice. Again, it's not going to impact my review or anything like that. But I wanted to talk about it because I'd never seen this film. And honestly, this is a pretty unsettling kind of body horror type movie. And again, that Cronenberg there, he's really the best at that body horror. And this movie is a big inspiration to Alien. It has to do with these like worm kind of parasites that infect people, and they end up becoming these sex-crazed maniacs and trying to transfer the parasite from one person to the other and keep spreading it, and has kind of like a zombie element to it as well, which is really wild. But again, this movie's really kind of nuts, and I got a kick out of it. It's a crazy movie. I don't recommend it for anybody that's squeamish, even though the special effects in this have, you know, again, they kind of show their age, but it's fun. Again, everything's a physical effect in this movie. There's no like optical effects or anything as far as I could see. But the physical effects are actually pretty great, considering the budget and the time that this movie was made. And honestly, it's a very interesting film. Now, today on the review, I'm going to be reviewing the actual video quality, the audio quality, and the special features. And this Vestron Video thing is actually pretty neat because they're releasing a lot of movies on Blu-ray that have either never been on Blu-ray before or very, very hard to find. So how is the video quality on this? So Shivers is a movie from 1975, so this is definitely an older film. I think the movie actually looked pretty good, honestly, for its age. I thought it looked alright. The movie does have kind of a washed out look to it in certain parts, but kind of lends to the low budget, you know, kind of aspect of the film, which I think is interesting. It does kind of help the atmosphere of the film in a strange way. But it doesn't take away from the detail or anything in the film, and that I think is really important. When you got a movie where there's slithering things and parasites and stuff like that that are pretty gross, I think it is actually kind of interesting. And, you know, the physical effects that are in this look great still to this day, which is really impressive. There are a few moments where you can kind of tell it was, you know, again, a little cheesed, but I enjoyed it. I think it actually looked really good. I didn't think there was a lot of damage to the film, honestly. I think they did a pretty good job of cleaning it up. The movie does look, you know, fairly good. I watched it upscaled in 4K, and again, there's no HDR or anything on the disc because it is just a standard Blu-ray, but even upscaled to 4K, it looked pretty good. I didn't have any complaints about the colors or anything like that. I just noticed that, you know, again, there are some scenes that are just a little washed out. And honestly, you know, other than that, I didn't really think it was too bad. I think the movie probably looked the best it's going to look for quite some time. I enjoyed it, and I think it really lends to the qualities of the film, the fact that it kind of looks low budget, and it should. It was a low budget film, but it works. The movie works, and I think it's still kind of creepy and scary, and there are some moments that really grossed me out, and if you're into that kind of thing, this is the movie for you, honestly. I don't think it's going to get any better than this Blu-ray here. Now, in terms of audio quality on this does have a DTS HD Master Audio. It's a mono. And the mono mix, again, is pretty good. I didn't think it was too bad. I did have to turn the volume up a little bit, not too much, just to kind of make the, you know, dialogue and everything a little bit clearer. But I think it, again, it sounded fine. I didn't have any issues with the audio, kind of having any problems or anything. Again, volume was okay, did have to turn it up just a little bit, but again, it is a mono track from a film that was made in 1975. So again, it's an older film, but it would have been nice to have kind of a little remix of the film, maybe a surround sound type of thing, but the movie doesn't really lend to that very much. So the mono mix that you get here is fine. I just kind of wish that they had done something a little bit more, but it's the original audio track, and if you're a purist, then you're gonna like it. It's great. It's good to have. Now, the one thing I have to talk about this disc is that there are a lot of special features on here. There's a full-length audio commentary from David Cronenberg, full-length audio commentary with one of the co-producers. His name is Don Carmody. And there's a bunch of interviews, one with David Cronenberg, which I think is really great, where he talked about, the making of the film and the budget and stuff like that, how it was released. And he also talked about some of the reviews that the movie got, because this was kind of a controversial film at the time, and it kind of still is. And he talked about how the movie, probably was a big influence on Alien, and that's kind of noticeable when you watch this, even though this came before Alien, about 4 years before it. It was little known, but the guys that made that movie also said that this was an inspiration to them, so that's interesting. There's an interview with a bunch of the special effects creator, I should say, some of the actresses that are in the film, some of the actors and actresses, I should say. As an older interview with David Cronenberg. It's like an older, I think from the 80s, which is nice. You got the theatrical trailers and things like that on here as well. So it's a really great kind of collector's edition of this film. If you're a big fan of this film, I think you're really going to enjoy it. To me, again, I don't know if this is a movie I would rewatch very frequently, but for the Halloween season, I think it's a pretty good one to put on and kind of get uncomfortable for a little while, and it's a good one. I got a kick out of it. But overall, if you're a fan of this film, I say it's worth buying. If you're not, then it's probably not for you, but the movie does look pretty good for its age. It sounds, fairly decent. And with all the special features about the film, it's actually, it's a nice little set they have here. It also comes with a digital copy as well. And again, yeah, it's great to have. I got a kick out of it, and I think you will too if you enjoy this type of movie, I should say. Again, it's a little creepy, but I got a kick out of it. But anyway, that's all for today for Cavanaugh's Corner. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel so I can bring you more content like this. And as always, please stay safe and take it easy.